Okay, we are once again here with Bowling Green State University women's golf head coach Stephanie Young and soon-to-be junior Amy Ruthenberg, and we are talking about the end of the 2010-11 season and the soon-to-be beginning of the 2011-12 season. Can you believe we're already there?
Yeah, no, I can't. Absolutely not.
Why don't we start, Coach, by just having you give a general statement about what you think of the 2010 season?
Well, I think there were a lot of highlights. We had made some huge strides for our program in regard of records and just finishes, top finishes that we had. Western Carolina, North Texas, EKU was a great event for us. I thought score-wise in the middle of the season, that was really where we needed to be. And our Falcon Invitational went just phenomenal. We obviously can't control the weather, but honoring Dolores Black and naming it in her honor, just the evening was really great, and it was a really special weekend. So.
And what about the progression of the several golfers that will be returning, including Amy? How do you think that Bailey and Kelsey and the rest progress this year?
I think, for Bailey and Kelsey, I think they made some huge marks for us their freshman year. Bailey obviously is leading us in scoring. Fired a 70 for a low. I think Kelsey's highlights came back-to-back 79s out in Arizona. That was a huge step in the right direction for her. And my lady to the left, Amy Ruthenberg, super proud of her. It went from an 85 scoring average last season to 83 this year. And, just to the normal person looking at that may not raise any eyebrows, but it's huge in terms of college golf to make that kind of improvement. So just really proud of her, and I think she's played in all the events for us. Only one to do so.
Yeah.
So just really proud of what she's been able to do. So.
And I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Amy? Coach just said, you're the only one who played in all 22 rounds this year. So you had a little bit, more of experience than really anybody else on the team. And like Coach said, we're able to pull your average down by a couple of strokes. What do you attribute to that?
I think that obviously coming from last year, I only played in the last part of our season. So I think that the biggest thing was that I definitely was a lot more comfortable by the end of last year, and coming into this year, I knew what to expect. I knew how things were going to work, and obviously, I had to put in work in the summer and practice a lot to get to where I got. So,
did you have a particular highlight this year, or a tournament that you were particularly fond of, or just a team experience that you really enjoyed?
I think that at North Carolina, I can't remember because that was a long time ago, but I just remember when we, after the first round, we were in second, and I think as far as when I've been here, that's the best that we had placed, and I think overall, I don't remember what our team score was, but I'm pretty sure it broke some record. Mm-hmm. And just being in second and knowing that we did everything we needed to do that day, it was fun to look at that scoreboard after the day and just kind of finally put it together.
And what about you, Coach? I mean, was that one of the highlights this season?
They shot 294, and for everybody to come on that same day it was a big stride for us, and for them to, we were headed to dinner and they walked in. And there were some teams already there, and they clapped for them and just said, hey, best of luck tomorrow. And for us, and this particular group, they hadn't felt that before. And so, we weren't able to maintain that exact position for the second day, but that they've had that experience, they're going to be more prepared for that going forward. So, that's a step in the right direction. And for the rest of our team, we didn't touch on, our senior co-captains, the Glues, just phenomenal job of leadership and doing all the right things. I think, proud of them. And Jen Blanchard saw a lot of action this spring, and so her game's progressing the way we want it to. And Paula DiFrancesco, the going to be senior, is, she had a lot of highlights. I think particularly at Western Carolina for her, that was a big one for her to hit some 70 scores, and we're looking for big things from her next year too.
And like you just mentioned, she will be the only senior coming back next year. So, I mean, what kind of leadership role do you envision for her?
Yeah, I think, again, being the only senior, she's seen and done a lot of things. Her freshman year, she was fortunate enough, to be able to, when she wasn't part of the team, to be able to travel individually too. So I think that she's seen a lot of different types of golf courses, seen a variety of tournament competition, and we're hoping for her to, be able to, that to be a trickle down to the rest of the team.
Okay, now Amy, obviously, moving to upperclassman status, being a junior, you're going to certainly take on more responsibility, a bigger leadership role next year. What do you plan on doing over the summer to try to adjust to that and try to improve your game even further?
Yeah, we have, obviously we're pretty much on our own for the summer. So I think I'll play in more tournaments maybe than I have in the past even, just to stay competitive and stay kind of in the swing of things. And we've even talked about trying to get all of us together for a tournament somewhere, maybe in Michigan. Just kind of have everyone together even for the summer so we can play together and compete together. I think that would be really helpful. We didn't do that last year, so that would be fun.
Do you think, you could take a role in trying to organize those sort of things?
Yeah, and I think the great thing is even if I did take that leadership role, that everyone else on the team would be happy to step up and work through it, and just even if I was a leader, I guess everyone else would step up too. So.
Okay. Now, of course, the team next year will be fairly young. We'll have, aside from the senior and two juniors, we'll have two sophomores coming back, and Bailey Arnold and Kelsey Benson. We'll also have two incoming freshmen, both from Texas, Shelby Wilson and Patricia Holt, both of whom have excelled in high school golf. Patricia was a state finalist in 2010, and Shelby Wilson will be a state finalist this year. What do you expect from them coming in to next season?
Yeah, I think, we're really excited to have them part of our family, and them signing in November, they already feel like part of it. I've been able to build a relationship with them over the phone and in person. They've visited here several times, and they've, they're doing Facebook and Twitter with the girls. So, we're expecting them, just to show up, and we're ready to go. And as far as, golf-wise, I think they're only a freshman in class standing, when they show up for that biology class or whatever that might be. They're freshmen there, but when they come to the golf course, we're expecting success right away from them. And, that's what we want of all our incoming classes, and this is certainly a very strong one, and we expect them to just start contributing right away.
And what about the sophomores, Bailey and Kelsey? Bailey was the team leader in scoring average this year. As you mentioned, Kelsey had a very good tournament in this Arizona, placing third with her 279s. So what do you expect from them transitioning from freshmen to sophomores?
Yep. Like I say, they're a great combination together, kind of like peanut butter and jelly. If you're, our team loves peanut butter and jelly, so but they go together really well. And I think their strengths and weaknesses and different transitions have helped both of them. And Bailey, we expect more of the same and even better. And Kelsey, they're both extreme competitors. And Kelsey's won state titles. She's tasted a little bit of success here with like you said, in Arizona, and she's ready for a full season of success. And so I look for both of them to really be a huge impact for us on the golf course next year.
Okay. And as far as next year goes, have you had a chance to look at potential tournaments to compete in, especially in the fall?
I think it's going to be a very exciting schedule. We're going to get to announce it here maybe in a month or so, sometime in the summer. But there'll be some familiar spots where we're seeking out that MAC competition, and then I like to get them exposed to different parts of the country and play different types of golf courses, and for us to expand our horizons regionally to compete with people. So, within that central region, we're going to try to seek out those teams and improve our standing in both places. So.
Okay. And Amy, going back quickly to the freshmen, or the incoming freshmen, I should say. I mean, what kind of advice would you have for them as they adjust to college life and then the college game on the more difficult courses?
I would just, I like what Coach said earlier, how they're only freshmen in the classroom, to just kind of, to obviously work hard during the summer, but trust that we've all been playing this game a long time, and they've been playing a long time. They know what they're doing. They know how to go out and score, and the courses might be a little bit longer, and it's an adjustment, but to just trust themselves. If they work hard, they've earned it. They'll be fine.
And as far as Bailey and Kelsey goes, since you're a sophomore this year, you have experienced a transition from, being the new face on the team to, going to that more experienced status. So what would you say to them as they make that transition this year?
I would say pretty much the same thing. I'm sure by now they feel, personally I feel like I've known them way longer than just a year. I can't believe they're still only freshmen. So to just, again, trust that they know the drill, they've traveled with us, they've competed, and they'll be fine helping the incoming freshmen and just having closer leadership roles on this team.
Okay, and specifically with Bailey, I mean, how do you think her game has progressed, this year? Like I said, she leads the team in scoring average, and, I think she's kind of, been, part of that rock that, has helped the team, in a lot of situations this year. So, I mean, how do you think, she's progressed from, coming onto campus to?
I think for her, I'm sure that high school was probably like she could drive every green.
Yeah.
And now it's just a little bit shorter, but or a little bit longer. But for her, I think, she obviously got used to all the courses that we've had to play, the conditions we have to play when we're here at home. And I guess it's just kind of obvious through her scores that she's been solid, and she did just fine.
I think it helps too. Don't you think that we're intentional about a family atmosphere, and so I think that from the minute their parents pull them on campus, we're pulling out their futon out of the truck and different things, and it's not just about one person. It's just not about Amy Ruthenberg. It's not about Bailey Arnold. I think it's about that you're part of something bigger than yourself, and I think that when we're playing in those tough conditions, or you need a canoe to get from the hole 3 to 4, when we're playing in all this crazy rain and wind, it's good to know that you've got 7 other people behind, 8 with me, but, all of us behind one another. And I think that helps, that aids the transition also, that, wow, I don't have to do this all alone. I've got my golf family. So I think that helps. So.
And I mean, do you think, since there'll only be one senior out of 7 next year, do you think next year could be a building block to even bigger things, the following year?
Absolutely. I think on paper, it's so exciting about what's going on for next year, and the things that, EKU was a big momentum boost for us and score-wise to get us back on track, and the home tournament just couldn't have been prouder, as I said in the other video, about their perseverance and their determination in the tough conditions. And the MAC champs, you can't beat around the bush on that. We're very disappointed about where we finished, but there's so many great things that came out of what we learned about ourselves as a team, and we were so close. So I just think, put all that together, and then the incoming freshmen, bittersweet to say goodbye to the Glues
Sure.
and what they've meant, but I think that they're very proud in their program that, we've got Shelby and Patricia, they're going to help fill their shoes. And even with our scores, we were talking that we were only half shot away from breaking the single season tournament record. So I think you have to look at our body of work for the season and the individual accomplishments of, again, Amy's a classic. Thanks for being such a great example. Of 2 shots, 85 to 83, and the little things lead up to the big. And so all of that said, I think you have to look at everything that's happened this season, and BGSU women's golf is moving in the right direction. And I'm sure excited to be a part of it and to have this young lady being one of the driving forces. So.
All right. Well, I am sure we'll talk again during the summer. I can't let everybody forget about the women's golf team and what they're up to. So I want to thank you guys for your time again. And congratulations on your accomplishments this year, and good luck next year.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.